Good day everyone, I am Grace Apura Iray from BSIT2A and today I am going to answer the 5 questions that we have been researched last week. The first question is basic role of operating system. An operating system has 3 main functions such as manage the computer's resources such as the central processing unit or the CPU, memory, disk drives, and printers. Second is establish a user interface. Third, execute and provide services for application software. Second question is the subsystem manager and their functions. Subsystem manager and functions manage resources by each resource group to which the task belongs. First, resource control block defines group of resources and manages them by their attributes and their factors. Extended CVC handler accept requests from application and other program as an application programming interface for a subsystem. Third, break function. A function called when a task exception is raised for a task while an extended CVS handler is executing. Startup function is called by issuing the system call. Cleanup function. It performs resource release processing. Event handling function. It processes various requests made to a subsystem. The third question is type of machine hardware. There are 7 types of machine hardware. First is the RAM or the random access memory, a type of computer hardware that is used to store the information and process that information. Second is the hard disk used to store data on it. Monitor used to display the output videos and graphics. CPU or the central processing unit used to interpret and execute most of the command. Mouse used to point something on the screen. Keyboard used to give input text command to the computer, and last is the printer used to print something which is seen on the computer and transfer that display information to paper. The fourth question is types of operating system. There are 3 types of operating system. First is the Microsoft Windows, helps to make it the most popular operating system in the world. Second is the MacOS, line of operating system created by Apple. Then the last type is the Linux, a family of open source operating systems which they can modified and distributed by anyone around the world. The last question is the system architecture. A system architecture is the conceptual model that defines the structure, behavior, and more views of a system. An architecture description is a formal description and representation of a system, organized in a way that supports reasoning about the structure and behaviors of the system. A system architecture can consist of system components and subsystems developed that will work together to implement the overall system. There have been efforts to formalize languages to describe system architecture. Collecting those are called architecture description languages. There are several types of system architecture: hardware architecture, software architecture, and enterprise architecture. The hardware architecture refers to the identification of a system's physical components and their interrelationships, allows hardware designers to understand how their components fit into a system architecture, and provides software components designer important information that needed. Software architecture refers to the fundamental structures of a software system and descriptive of creating such structures and systems. Then last types of system architecture is the enterprise architecture. This concern with the structures and behavior of business, especially business rules and processes that create and use business data. Collaborative system architectures such as the Internet, intelligent transportation systems, and joint air defense systems. Manufacturing system architectures, strategic system architecture. The fundamental organization of a system embodied in its components. their relationship to each other and to the environment, and the principle governing its design and evolution. A representation of a system including a mapping of functionality onto a hardware, architecture, and human interaction with these components. An allocated arrangement of physical elements which provides the design solution for a consumer's product or life cycle process. System detailed plan at component level to guide its implementation. The composite of the design architecture for products and their life cycle processes.